Ladies and gentlemen, this is Indian Kitchen Stories. Please put your hands together.
Good evening, everyone. There's unity in diversity. That's the biggest mantra you've heard about India. Biggest part of diversity in culture too is food. And Indian Kitchen Stories is here to present how we want to revive some of the forgotten stories. Here's myself, Arun, and my co-founder, Pratna. How do we intend to do this? There are three real blocks that we see how we want to connect the forgotten part of food and bringing in native and local forms of food, popularly known as millets or cereal grains. There's the land that's really bringing us the food. There's farmers who are working on it, and then there's all of us, the citizens who are eating it or people who consume it. We want to connect these three verticals to see how we bring in the forms of local food which have been forgotten. There's Anna Kutiram, that's a theme-based restaurant which will open up menus. I know most of you are chuckling with millets, thinking of it's just ragi mudde. No, there's jowar cake, there's millet pasta, there's millet dosas, and many more for you to try at the Anna Kutiram. And the Anna Gurukulam is where you can get more close with experimenting some of these recipes, coming over and learning on yourself, and a lot of events that bring in people who have been working tirelessly to bring in millets into the mainstream. Anna Sangralaya, which is going to be the marketplace for farmers and a lot of indigenous players who are trying to revive millets through ready-to-eat food or producing them through farmers and making them into groups, connecting all of these three dots. How did we start this nearly a year ago? Our start was to visit a restaurant in Udaipur, Millets of Mewar, run by a friend of ours. And then we were deeply inspired by Mr. Natabar Saravgi, who's a farmer in Orissa, who's trying to revive a lot of local forms of paddy seeds. And he's done work for 350 seeds. Looking at all of these, as well as Krishi Mela, which is an annual event by the University of Agriculture Sciences. Here we saw there's a huge buzz about reviving local forms of food, not just in terms of research, the farmers showing interest, and a lot of small indigenous players having an unorganized market for these forms of food. We started really thinking about how do we put all of these three things together. Here's a snapshot for you to know what's the nutrition value of millet and why will that make a difference for you. A few years ago when we had the Green Revolution, thanks to the focus on high lean varieties of rice and wheat, we seem to have forgotten most of these and what is the impact that is having on our environment as well as our food habits and the health challenges surrounding it. These numbers speak for themselves. Look at finger millet or the ragi, what's the amount of calcium, and there's other examples that can speak for yourself. So like I said, the shift from high yielding, from millets which were grown in various native forms across India to just rice and wheat meant that we changed our agriculture practices forever in terms of putting in a lot of organic inputs, in terms of fertilizers and pumping in water from one part of the country to another. And millets are really those forms of grains that need much, much less water, 10 to 20% less than what rice and wheat need. And they can be grown in dry lands and poor soil quality too.
Okay, the most important part of any organization is the team. So the team consists of Arun Partre. Oh yeah, we are a couple. So we work together and bring this whole initiative in place. Arun comes with over 10 years of experience in the finance and social space, working with Reuters, Selco, Argyem, and Akara, and his passion for entrepreneurship and the environment has basically implanted this idea into our head. And of course myself, I'll be the one who will be coming up with all those exciting new varieties of stuff. I've been cooking for quite some time. And my passion for entrepreneurship, I work with Thai at the moment, and it's my passion for entrepreneurship that wants me to become an entrepreneur as well. And of course, Mr. Ramesh Kumar, he's my father-in-law, who comes with the 40 years of experience in the wholesale grain market. And he has set up 4 distribution channels. So he comes with the experience of working with a lot of millers, farmers, agents. So it's very important to, his part is in the team as well, because he brings in the experience of running a business itself. And of course, the social focus. It's very important that what you're trying to do is you're trying to revive the sustainable farming methods And of course, the water which is getting wasted quite a bit because of the cash crops that we're producing. And how we're monetizing theme-based restaurant. We're planning to start theme-based restaurant across the country, various cities. And of course, the food, the event that we're planning to have, where it'll provide, and of course, create awareness among people that millets is a form of food that you could work with. And the marketplace, $1 billion rupees. So that shows that there is a need and people are moving into organic food and native food. And of course, there's a lot of the present millet and native food market is very unorganized, indigenous market. There are a lot of vendors who are doing a lot of small ready-to-eat food, but there's no large market for it.
Indian Kitchen
Thank you
Stories,
so
we're going to
much.
stop you there. Thank you. Judges, over to you.
Is an idea or you've done something?
I've started experimenting with a lot of foods and all that, and we are working at starting a restaurant as well.
It's been a year of an idea in progress in terms of understanding millets, understanding the nutrition value, what are the recipes, how do we make it more approachable in terms of making it mainstream and not putting them off with the taste. And we've tried some potlucks with family and friends to see what's the feedback. The next step is to actually identify a place and start the operations.
Any other questions, pointers?
How would you source these? How would you source these grains if they are
There-
just dying out everywhere? Where are you going to get them from?
There are a lot of grassroots organizations that includes NGOs as well as local farmers who've been trying to revive millets. There's Millet Network of India, there's Bangalore Farmer Growing Associations and several NGOs like themselves who will help us strengthen the supply chain.
There is at least, and just a comment, that there is your individual effort from the perspective of how do you jumpstart a much larger movement which allows you to actually have a marketplace. Seems like something else is also needed to drive that demand up over and above one restaurant. Otherwise, the marketplace becomes a hard one to get going unless there is some other driver of demand.
Absolutely agree. The restaurant is a foot in the door for us to start this engagement and create multiple such units and strengthen the system as a whole. I know that it's a drop in the ocean, but I think there's at least a growing exposure to people through the restaurant, and then we learn our own lessons as to how it impacts the bigger picture.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. That was Indian Kitchen Stories.